As a commissioner, you will sit on the Board of Health. What goals do you have for the health district? And do you have public health oversight experience?
As far as public health oversight, I've not oversight. I've worked in the hospital, as I mentioned before. In that, like I said, I saw that it is a business. Pretty much everything is. So, healthcare, it's a tricky subject. I would like to see good healthcare for everybody. I'd like to see insurance take care of folks. Trouble is insurance, their main goal is to take care of themselves. When we Franks burned to the ground, we just kind of figured out, whatever, the insurance has our back, it's covered. But my dad had 20 people calling him overnight and then throughout the next weeks, trying to get his business to go through them to fight the insurance company. So private insurance, it sounds good, but they didn't want to pay out to rebuild Lee Franks, and he had to go to bat for a year to get them to pay out. It's a lot of work fighting big insurance.
Thank you. As a county commissioner, you will sit on the Board of Health. What goals do you have for the health district? And do you have public health oversight experience?
I do not have public health experience, but I would like to see the whole operation, I guess, be streamlined. I've heard numerous people tell me it's difficult to get the answers. It's phone call after phone call after phone call to one person to the next to the next. There has to be a way to get the answers you want in an expedited fashion. And as Aaron said, dealing with insurance companies is miserable. I do it on a daily basis in my profession. It's frustrating for me to see insurance companies set prices for whatever procedures or operations they're going to allow you to have, and yet as a private individual, the price goes up exponentially. So I would really like to figure out a way to make it fair for everybody and make the process a little less painful.
Thank you. As a county commissioner, you will sit on the Board of Health. What goals do you have for the health district? And do you have public health oversight experience?
I do not have public health oversight experience. In the 90s, I did work for an adult facility for people with cerebral palsy, and I did run their therapy department there and worked with public health, and that's about as close as I got. My main goals are about mental health because I think mental health is the root issue of a lot of problems facing the county. So I would be, right now the only place we can access mental health is in OMAC, and it takes people too long to get there, they can't make it there. So having more access to mental health in all the different cities would be my main push. Mental health is why we have drug problems, mental health is why we have theft problems, mental health is why we have homeless. So mental health, that would be my main issue.
Thank you. As a county commissioner, you will sit on the Board of Health. What goals do you have for the health district? And do you have public health oversight experience?
Well, I have no public health oversight experience except for very limited when I was on the school board. We had to keep the kids healthy and follow the rules. The public health board, my goal would be that, like John said, that people could get the information that they need. And with the pandemic we've had for the last couple of years, there's some real trust issues with the public health board. There's people that like what they're doing and people that don't. And we need to sit down and figure out how we can all get on the same page, and that the public health board can maybe gain some more credibility with the public again. Because right now I think they're struggling a bit with credibility with the public. And that would be one of my goals, is that people would be able to believe or trust the public health board again, maybe.
Thank you. What is the importance of outdoor recreation in vitalizing our local economies?
The importance of outdoor recreation is vital. I mean, that creates our tourism industry, keeps our locals relatively healthy, unless you look at me. We all should get outdoors a lot more than we do. We should utilize the areas that we have to its full extent. I mean, outdoor recreation is what brings most of the people from out of our area to our area. It's not our smiling faces, it is our scenery, it's our lakes, it's our mountains. So it is probably one of the most vital things for our economy and for our industries.
Thank you. What is the importance of outdoor recreation in vitalizing our local economies?
It's extremely important. When I came up here in summers in the 80s, that's what we did. We went to the lakes, we went fishing, we went hunting, we did things around here. We need to make sure that people have access, and we need to promote the county so that people come here and spend money here. It's vital to the economy, it's vital to our health. We need to have fun sometimes. We can't just always be working, and we need to play. And we have some of the greatest places to play around here. Some great lakes, hiking, backpacking, all of that needs to be promoted and supported, and in return, we should get the economic stability.
Thank you. What is the importance of outdoor recreation in vitalizing our local economies?
Well, sound like a broken record, it's very important. And I think the tourism and our outdoor recreation could probably be used to draw people to the county. You know, if we want industry here, if we want manufacturing here, we don't just have a good workforce, we don't have low power, we don't have lower land prices. We also have a place where you can play. You don't have to travel. You got a little piece of God's country right here, and you can do anything you want here. You can ski, you can cross-country ski, you can ride horses, you can go hunting, you can go fishing, skiing on the water, boating, whatever it is. Okanogan County has everything you need. So move your family over here, start a business, and recreate with us.
What is the importance of outdoor recreation in vitalizing our local economies?
Well, as I already said, boy, you sound like a good advertisement there, bring folks over. I've heard a lot of folks say tourism isn't the answer to the problem, and it's not. It's a piece of the pie. It's a few dollars in our pocket. I said that on the radio the other day. I've been involved with Tourism Council, and I'm working for them now rather than on the board. I saw handing them out to the HR department, new people at the hospital. Folks just absolutely love the hiking guide, and locals didn't realize they have a fishing guide. And the fishing guide, you guys don't worry, doesn't give away all the honey holes. It's put together by the fishing magician, I think down south. But between the fishing guide, the most popular is the hiking guide, and then oddly enough, I've talked to the Tourism Council and bringing back the fire map, which was given away to the long-term recovery group. But yeah, people love seeing that fire map. They can go see fires from all the way back to 2011, 2012. And with working with the Tourism Council, I have most of that stuff out to pick up. It's important.
Thank you very much. Do you think that climate change is real and caused by human activity? What can we do as a county to reduce the effects?
I think the climate is changing, yes, and I do think that there's several factors regarding that. The earth is probably warming up naturally, but I do think as humans we've done a lot to help it warm up faster. The recycling in this county is almost non-existent, so getting funding in for recycling, Okanogan
Go recycle.
Thank you. Go Recycling has been really great, and working with that has been been amazing. So recycling, also, climate change, water is an issue. We've talked about it several times. I come from a state that's been in a drought for years. So, education on how to make sure that we're not using too much water now before we actually lose the water.
Thank you. Do you think that climate change is real and caused by human activity? What can we do as a county to reduce the effects?
Well, I do believe climate change is real, and I do believe people have contribute, but there's lots of other factors that contribute to climate change also. I think, you know, recycling, more fuel-efficient vehicles, and all that will all help. But the most important thing is each one of us have to remember that we're a steward. You know, that we have something here, and that we all need to help take care of it and do our part to keep it clean, keep it green, keep it alive, whatever it is that our goal is. But climate change is a real thing, but I don't think it's entirely man-caused. There's lots of contributing factors. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you think that climate change is real and caused by human activity? What can we do as a county to reduce the effects?
Climate change, I believe in that. I believe it's changed in the past. I believe it's going to change in the future. Humans do play a part in it. I'd rather blame the dinosaurs for making equal pockets of black oil down there. There are answers to using less oil, burning less oil, having more efficient cars. We have computers in our cars now rather than carburetors. As a county, we can see more recycling projects. Green Okanogan, they're doing a good job recycling. I'm not sure of too many places throughout the county to recycle aside from over in Twist. Recycling, like I said before, business, it's a matter of making money, and recycling aluminum is about the most profitable recycling around. Steel doesn't bring much money, and cardboard brings even less. Plastics, it's to help the environment, keep plastic out of the environment, and we should do something useful with it. So we can have programs to keep stuff out of landfills and reduce emissions.
Thank you. Do you think that climate change is real and caused by human activity? What can we do as a county to reduce the effects?
Well, not to sound like a broken record, but yes, I do believe it's real, and yes, I do believe we have had our hand in its increasing effect. But I also think we can do a lot to minimize our effect, as recycling is a big part. Changing our fleets to, whether it be EV, compressed natural gas, they're talking hydrogen now. On the board of Triango, they're looking to get grants to go completely EV, which works for some of the routes, but as most of us know, they have such a limited range at this point that it's not practical for large vehicles, long-range vehicles, a lot of that. So, yeah, we can do a lot to help ourselves, but I don't think EVs and some of that stuff is the complete answer, but it is a step.
Thank you. So we have one more question. So this will be the last question
Okay.
for the night. Where do you feel is the most important place to utilize Okanogan County tax dollars?
Oh boy, that's a $64,000 question. Could you say it one more time?
Where do you feel is the most important place to utilize Okanogan County tax dollars?
Well, I guess I would feel that the most important place we could utilize Okanogan County taxpayer dollars is to ensure that the citizens of this county can use the roads. They can use the infrastructure systems. They can feel safe. We can work with our police and our criminal justice system that the criminals can't run rampant as they are now. Oh boy, that's a tough one. You gotta think on this. We need to get a minute to think and then a minute to answer. I think ensuring that the county services are available to all, and that all are considered when you're making decisions. And do I have a favorite thing? No, I really don't. But our tax dollars have to be spent to benefit the citizens and the county. That's just what you gotta do.
Thank you. Where do you feel is the most important place to utilize Okanogan County tax dollars?
I think the most important use is to make sure all of our tax dollars are being used efficiently and economically, financially, fiscally, responsibly. I said on the radio about talking to Tanya down there, and there is a tax, it's implemented. And I think it was being used for something else, but it just recently was opened up so that they can bring in a mental health counselor. I would like to see a mental health counselor brought in so that not only the jails could use it, but our first responders could use that. I mean, not everyone can just go talk to a friend and be all better. Sometimes they need to have good solutions, good answers, and rather than somebody, like Lloyd had said, just waiting for their turn to talk, actually listen to what they have to say and trying to discover where the problems are coming from, their issues they're having with maybe seeing some horrific scene out on the road, or maybe going to a scene where somebody they're related to who has passed away or injured terribly. So mental health, not only for the jails, but also going out and working with folks, keeping them out of the jails, getting them into mental health and
Thank you. Where do you feel it is the most important place to utilize Okanogan County tax dollars?
Well, following kind of the same line, I think public safety is probably crucial, whether that be fire, police, EMS, but it does extend into roads and all that, because if the roads aren't a quality road, then you're not safe driving, which spills over into the other items I just mentioned. I mean, you have a crash, it involves all of us. I mean, whether you personally know that person or not, it does involve us all, because we know what happened. And if something like that can be prevented, then I think that's an excellent use for our tax dollars. Being fiscally responsible is crucial, but you do have to make choices, and public safety, I think, would be my number one choice. Thanks.
Where do you feel is the most important place to utilize Okanogan County tax dollars?
I agree with everything said up here, and it is a hard choice because the county deals with so many different issues. The treasurer has over 300 different funds that they deal with. That's a lot. That's hard to pick one for. My heart as a teacher lies with the youth and making sure the youth have what they need to be reliable citizens in this county. So, and again, mental health, I've been saying that the whole time, mental health is really important. It's one of my biggest issues. We just got out of, whether we want to state it or not, we just got out of a disaster really, and everybody was suffering no matter what side of the court you were on. So mental health is huge, and that's what I would pick.
Thank you very much. So each candidate is going to get 2 minutes for a closing, and then we'll be done here. Everyone leaving, there's a straw poll over on the side. There's some petitions. Some candidates have brought some literature and signs. Feel free to grab one of those. There's bottles of water and cookies over on the side if you want to stay and talk to them for a couple minutes. And we're just going to start from this end and go to the end. So, Aaron Kester.
2 minutes in closing. Primary industry, keep our farmlands wet, keep our forests intact. Get tourism coming in, heads and beds. LTAC puts out a lot of money. That's what I'm working with right now, is getting the LTAC funds from the Lodging and Tourism Commission out to nonprofits such as Chamber and visitor centers. And fiscally responsible, make sure we're putting money where it should be and not spending money frivolously or just spending it because that's what we've done in the past. Mental health, it's all important. I'm just repeating everything everyone else has been saying, so hopefully my answer's not the best. I look forward to working with everybody and doing the best for everyone. I'm not gonna make everyone happy, that's just how it goes. You can't make everyone happy, but hopefully I make a few folks happy and more than a few, the majority. I wanna do the best for our county, the best for our community. I love everyone here. You're all great people and I want the best for us. Thank you.
John Hill?
Well, kind of repeat what Aaron said and everybody else. I mean, our public health, public safety is crucial. It's what we all hope for, it's what we all need. Economic vitality, in whatever form that may be, whether it's tourism, industry, whatever. I mean, small business is crucial. I own one, done it for 40 years. It's what made me what I am today, good or bad. And just being involved, I think, is one of the most important things. So many people out there complain about everything, but are never involved in trying to make a solution, or trying to get the correct answers. That is one thing I have strived to do, is if there is an issue, try to get the answers. Try to find a solution. We have made great strides in the city of Orville, and I would hope to do something similar like that with the county. We have no place is perfect, but we are working to revitalize our communities, and I would like to be a part of that for the entire county. I don't have all the answers. I don't know all the questions. So, I mean, give me the questions and I will try to find the answers. I have been, I think, one of the most approachable people in our, as far as mayor of the city of Orville for years, and I am willing to talk to anybody about anything. You may not like my answers, but I am willing to listen to all of you. Thank you.
Carrie?
Thank you. First, thank you for organizing this and all of you for showing up. I really appreciate it, and I'm honored to be here. I did want to address, I am running as an independent, and I know out there, people think that's because we don't want to say we're Democrat. I was raised Catholic conservative, 12 years of private school here. So I am fiscally conservative for sure. After working in the schools, some of my social stances have changed, but I became an independent in the 90s because I grew up in a very conservative family, and then I went to college, and at my college, Bill Clinton was speaking. We can talk about him later, but he said something to me that really resonated with me, and this is how I have voted since, is we really need to look at the people and not the party and vote for the people. And that's why I consider myself an independent, because that's what I've been doing since the early 90s. I do have some flyers back there in the back corner. I don't have any signs with me, but I can get you a sign if you need one. And I just want to again say, I am listening, I am learning a lot. The county is a complex, very complex thing. I will not have all the answers, but I will be working for you if I'm elected. And so I am willing to listen, I'm willing to sit down and have any conversation you'd like to have. I may not have all the answers, but I'm also willing to learn. So thank you again for having me.
Thank you.
It's best for last, right? First off, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight and listening to us, tell you how good we are. And I want to tell you something about me so you can kind of make up your mind right now. I'm pro-life. I'm pro-constitution. I'm pro-gun rights. I'm pro-property rights. And as your county commissioner, those are things that will be near and dear to my heart. Also, we have all kinds of organizations contacting us as candidates and what we're going to do for their organization. There's too many people out there, I believe, that thinks the government should take care of you. I believe private industry, private enterprise has always and will always do a better job than we will. So don't come looking to me to take care of you. But I will be fair with you. I'll do what I can for the people of this county, but I'm not here to take care of you. That's not government's job. Government's job is fire and police and protection and a law and justice system and to protect the people. I'm not here to babysit every need you have. So that's who I am. And maybe I just lost the election, but you gotta know who you're looking at and who you're listening to. Thank you very much for being here tonight.